Motorhead Garage, presented by DragonfireTools.com, coming to you from the Campbell's Custom Care Studio.
Motorhead Garage is presented by DragonfireTools.com. All right, Motorheads, forget everything you know about bump stops. Well, you're already done? That's right, because nobody thinks about bump stops. A lot of people don't even know what they are. So, Curtis, explain to me what a bump stop is and how it works.
So the bump stop's intention is to prevent the shocks from overcompressing. Most bump stops are frame mounted, and as the suspension travels upwards, they'll make contact with this. And from the factory, the only intention is to prevent metal-to-metal contact. For most on-road applications, it's sufficient. Toyota puts this void in their rubber bump stop to give it a little bit of progression. The truth is, it still feels rock hard on impact and not very efficient.
So you're not hitting metal, but it feels like you are.
Yes.
With the OEM. So you've improved on that here at Duro Bumps. Explain how yours is different than the OEM.
Well, our bump stop is slightly taller than the OEM bump stop, with the intention of it compressing under load to slow the up-travel inertia prior to providing the ultimate stop. Most of our customers don't realize they've engaged the bump stop because we're doing such a good job slowing down that wheel travel, and it really provides smooth, progressive engagement and dampening.
Well, how do you do that?
Well, all of our bump stops are made with several different layers of rubber that are a different durometer. Durometer is the firmness or softness of rubber. This particular bump stop has 3 layers of rubber in it, and that's what allows our solid mass of rubber to compress more similar to a coil spring.
Very cool. And this is sort of the OEM replacement. And let's look at the front one too. This is pretty laughable. This is what you'd see on the stock vehicle behind us. This is what we took off. And it's not really budging at all. It's kind of like a door stop, and that's it. So explain how that's different from the stock.
Yes. So this bump stop is slightly taller than the OEM bump stop, but it'll actually compress down to the same height, just like our rears do. Up front on these Toyota platforms, this guy's doing magic. You notice this in town, driving across railroad tracks, potholes. This will save your shocks from overcompressing and damaging them. A lot of our customers invest into aftermarket suspension, spend a few $1,000s on their shocks, but there's no insurance for that shock. Duro Bumps are insurance that protect your shock, protect your investment from overcompressing, which prematurely blows out the shock seals.
Now, this is for the Toyota. Is everything you make model specific?
Yes. Currently, we have all Toyota vehicle applications from Land Cruiser 80s, 100s, 200s. We've got the Lexus GX, LX platforms. We have all the late model 4Runners, Tacomas. We do everything in-house, from making our molds, CAD design, all of our testing. All of our products are purchased in America. Everything is made 100% in Phoenix, Arizona.
Very cool. What are some of the things you're considering for each make and model that you're putting these on when you're designing them?
Well, that's a great question. On the front of these Toyota applications, we don't have too much shock to work with, shock stroke. So we only offer a single size for the front. If we were to offer extended sizes, that would make a dangerous road condition, as we're not having enough dampening with the shocks prior to the bump stop engaging, and you're pretty much pogo sticking off of your bump stop, which is very dangerous.
Yeah.
But for the rear of the trucks, we have a lot more shock travel to work with. So we offer a equivalent of a OEM bump stop with a 2-inch spacer. And for a taller shock option, we also offer a 5 1/4 inch, which is the equivalent of a 3-inch spacer with your OEM bump stop. And the intentions of the different heights are to accommodate all the available shock lengths sold for these platforms.
Well, if you go with Duro Bumps, you're going to save your shocks from some damage. If they happen to bottom out, you're going to save all kinds of other parts on your car, because there's going to be less shock happening when you're on the trail. You can find them at durobumps.com. Get a more comfortable ride, get a safer ride, and perform better with Duro Bumps. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by DragonfireTools.com, so keep it right here.